Welcome to Honeycomb Cargo. Today, we will review a safer way to transport oil and other flammable liquids. Oil and gas production has been rapidly expanding in the United States over the last 10 years. The introduction of fracking methods and technology have enabled crude oil production to skyrocket. This sudden ramp-up in production means more crude oil must be transported to the refineries over existing infrastructure, primarily through railcar and truck transportation channels. As the volume of crude oil transported over rail cars increases, the number of rail car accidents also increase, and the amount of crude oil gallons spilled during these crashes increases. We are currently transporting more than 1 million barrels of oil by train across the United States every day. The volume of oil shipped by rail has increased 50-fold in just 5 years. Even though the oil and gas industry is currently in decline, most experts expect a recovery that will cause a rapid surge of production and transport in the next 12 to 24 months. This sudden surge will overwhelm the railcar transport system, and we will experience a very aggressive hockey stick increase in devastating railcar accidents. As you know, railcar derailments have been in the news quite a bit lately. In just the first quarter of 2015, we've seen at least 3 catastrophic disasters. This is a simple static map of the current railroad system that exists in the United States today. As you can see here, the main railroad arteries traversing the landscape run through densely populated areas. These railroad arteries also cross lakes, rivers, streams, and other precious natural resources that the surrounding communities rely on for drinking water. The vitality of these communities and their resources are put at ever-increasing risk every day. A single oil tanker railcar accident can cause disruption and devastation that impacts thousands of lives and costs millions of dollars in environmental cleanup. This interactive map will give you a better sense of the rapid increase of oil and gas transported by rail between 2010 and 2014. These volumes will surge with the oil and gas industry recovery that is expected to start in the next 12 to 24 months. This surge will put neighborhoods and communities along the railway at unprecedented risk. This is a typical or conventional DOT 111 tank car. There are approximately 150,000 DOT 111 tank cars currently in operation today. These tank cars have proven to be a weak link in the crude oil transportation process. Intense regulatory pressure has been mounting to have these tank cars modified and ultimately replaced. One of the more recent developments in tank car design is the conventional 1232 tank car. These modified tank cars include protective steel shields at the front and rear of the car and stronger valves with protective housings. Unfortunately, these changes have not yielded the results we've hoped for. Even with the improvements of the modified 1232 design, rail car explosions are continuing to occur. The impact to our environment and the communities affected is devastating. On May 1, 2015, the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration and the Department of Transportation issued a final ruling. This final ruling was intended to reduce the consequences and in some instances to reduce the probability of accidents involving trains transporting large quantities of flammable liquids. While these rule changes may reduce the chances of catastrophic oil-related railcar accidents, the new rules seem to simply band-aid the existing DOT 111 and CP 1232 tank car design flaws that have left communities along the rail transportation routes in great jeopardy. This is a DOT 117 specification car. The specifications of this car are included in the May 1st, 2015 regulatory changes and part of the final ruling. Reinforced steel skirts and jackets, improved housings around valves and drains, enhanced braking systems, and tighter regulations on train speed are all good ideas, and they should be pursued diligently. However, in order to significantly mitigate the risk, we may want to consider changing the inherent design flaw of a single-entity tank car. No matter how robust or sturdy these tank cars are made to be, they are all subject to the same risk. That is, that when they are punctured or breached, they put the entire payload, not to mention the entire community, at serious risk. Welcome to Honeycomb Cargo, the best place to be. The big reveal is coming soon. The Honeycomb Cargo concept was established in March of 2015. This design is intended as an alternative to the single-entity DOT 11, 1232, and DOT 117 rail cars. This modular, scalable, and intermodal architecture is intended to be seamlessly integrated with the existing transportation infrastructure. Each Honeycomb cargo hold is protected by an innovative shock-absorbing element. Honeycomb cargo holds are easy to load and unload with standard upstream, midstream, and downstream equipment found in the oil and gas and transportation industries. Mass production of standard size models will be available soon. Custom or build-to-order production will also be available by contract. Honeycomb cargo solutions are based on a revolutionary design intended to increase safety and reduce the risk to life, health, and the environment, and be easy to fit into the present method of operation. We believe these solutions will lower overall operational cost and bring significant intermodal benefit. This revolutionary design is in need of a champion. We are currently moving from proof of concept to prototype and preparing for lab and field evaluation. We expect to secure early adopters that will help us move to mass production soon. We believe the modular, scalable, and intermodal design of the Honeycomb cargo solution will allow it to be applied to the packaging and transportation processes of a limitless array of products. This scalable, intermodal approach will ensure that Honeycomb cargo is able to address multiple markets and expand well beyond the oil and gas industry. We welcome the participation of any investor interested in protecting their investment and the environment. Interested parties should contact Joe Pirelli at the email address below or on 770-363-5312.